My name is Peter Vu, and we're going to talk about this crazy housing market with today's prices are all-time highs. So my name is Peter Vu. My website is Investing with Vu. You get investing tips, and I'm an individual investor, and also I work with a company called Lone Star Property Investments, and we do wholesaling, housing, and later on I will talk about my experience doing wholesale housing. So let's get to the PowerPoint that I'm talking about. So I want to talk about this crazy housing market. My name is Peter Vu, by the way, and the housing market is an all-time high. So homes are, you know, before last year you could get a home for that maybe 155, 150. Now even you have to pay 20,000, even 10,000 to 20,000 more over the asking price. So my experience is trying to get a house. I'm gonna talk about that. These are the topics that I will talk about. Climbing housing costs and the very competitive housing market. When you're trying to bid on a house, you're competing with new investors, with cash and hedge funds, the people who are running large amounts of money. They're pouring it into the housing market. And wholesalers, they're the ones who are offering cash like me. Our group, we offer cash advice for homes, and we try to get homes that are distressed, that are fixer uppers, and we offer cash for these homes, and we act as a middleman, and will give it to the buyer, and they will buy the home and fix it up and make it modern style. And we're also dealing with big corporations like, let's say, Trump Industries or something like that. They're buying up houses, stuff like that. Just an example, don't quote me on that, but we're dealing with big corporations trying to buy up a lot of houses and stuff like that. So let's look at cash buyers versus individual investors. So I'm the individual investor. There are a lot of people buying using money with cash, paying like a house, like I would pay through financing, right? That would take 30 years. Over time, I'll pay down through paying the principal. But let's see, the cash buyer, he would just put down 175,000, like nothing, and then just buy the house and fix it up and then sell it within 5 years to make 5 to 10,000. You wouldn't make that much, but over time you will make more. But that's what's happening right now in the cash with the people doing cash buys. And I want to talk about what my opinion is. Will the housing market crash like it did in 2008? So let's go to an article that I just saw on CNN. Now this article is headline: "The housing market is on fire, and the Fed keeps adding gasoline." So let's learn why the Fed is doing this. So there's a lot of bidding wars right now, even the major cities, small cities. We are big. I live in Houston, Galveston area, and there are people offering cash buys left and right. So even homes are selling $1 million over asking price, are selling it for over the asking price, $1 million. Housing boom has officially reached its biggest stage, and despite the surging, prices are rising at the fastest pace in record. The Federal Reserve props up the housing market by purchasing 40 billion of mortgage bonds each month. So they're just propping it up, the housing market, by buying back mortgage bonds, which people see that as as the rates go down, they're like, oh, let's refinance my home. Let's have buy into housing market because the Federal Reserve is purchasing mortgage bonds, so they're actually reducing the rate. So I was talking to somebody from the mortgage company, and they told me that new sometimes new uh, presidents can affect the mortgage rate. So the interest rate, they can affect the interest rate. New presidents, I don't know if it's uh, you know Biden will, because Biden only been in office for a couple months, but we will see in the future what happens to the mortgage and to the interest rates and how it will affect through time, the housing market to time as a new President Joe Biden be in office a long term. And the Federal Reserve is finally talking about removing some of the support. Some fear as U.S. central bank is creating another housing bubble as it deliberates. So this is a sentence that is kind of like, hey, we might remove our support and the fear of the U.S. central bank. So the housing market could go down if there's no support out there. Well, so because the federal emergency strategy is to artificially lowering the cost of mortgages, further boosting the prices that look stretched in many markets. So the Federal Reserve, this strategy is to kind of like lower the cost of mortgages for now, just for the time being. And it looks like boosted in prices because all these people are lowering. It's kind of a strategy that they do, because if it's lower, then people will buy more houses. If it's higher, then people buy less houses. So let's look at this article that I saw. This is how crazy the housing market is right now. This house is from Hill. Just listed for 600,000 and already getting multiple offers. You see all graffiti written all over it, and even the carpet. And the record low inventories, soaring demand push home prices even higher. You may expect the old thing that you put that on sale will sell. Mimi Fawcett, real estate agent with Malcolm Property Company in Colorado Springs, Colorado, decided to put one home on test. She listed a 5-bedroom Modor Bluffs Estates neighborhood for 590,000. Sounds like a steal, but buy everywhere. And you can see the pictures, like it's sprayed all over. And, you can see how um how damaged it is. But she got a cash offer. In the end, she got a cash offer for the deal, and it was about 600,000 or a little bit over that. And here's a little bit going into the article, but the economy is fast rebounding from the COVID virus. Um, Now the economy is rebounding. People who invested in, let's say, stocks, hedge funds, they invested in a lot of stocks that were beaten down. They're having a great year, maybe millions.
Do you know that your toughest cleaning problems can be caused by hard water?
$100,000 or more. They have a little bit of money because of their investment. Now they have money to buy a lot of houses. They're leaving out us as individual investors, not the chance to have a refinancing of a home and not even get into the housing market. Um, so even though inflation is when um, a lot of food costs go up, gas prices go up, even a lot of things just skyrocket. And like say cereal used to be, to sample with cereal Sugar used to be $2.50 last year. Now it's almost $4. Could reach to $5. Who knows? That's why I buy the off brand cereal, because it's it's really cheaper and it tastes the same. But with inflation surging, see, I'll click this. Key inflation indicator. Records, big jump on records. So inflation is surging, and and prices increased to 6.6%, biggest jump since the Bureau of Labor Statistics recorded in November 2010. So inflation is still going up, and the funny thing is stock market's going up because right now we're at an all-time high in housing and in stocks, because the level of greed in America is at an all-time high. People want their I'll go back to that. So people want their Teslas, people want their big houses, people want it now, and it leaves realtors and regular investors to lose out. We look at the window thinking like, hey, why we're not getting all these deals, why we're not getting, why we can't be like those other guys. But you can see, and this is a little graph that is showing, I'll show you how the housing market is all-time high from last year. The total property sales, it increased by 4,000, and price change, that's the percentage total dollar value. So, that's like almost 50% increase in sale and dollar value. Total active listings. So the active listings means that how long the home was still active. So you can see the active listings are less. That means there's homes are being sold left and right. And single family homes for sale increased, and average sale price, this really increased. And this all across America. So this is the average. You can see how it increased dramatically. And median sales price about that much. So you're paying about $45,000 more for since last year. So if you would have bought it last year, your house would have been increased by dramatically. And single family months inventory, inventory is reduced in housing market, and pending sales, you have a lot of sales right now. So from 6,464 to 11,140 sales, family pending sales. So and let me show you another sample. So this is the home that I was going to purchase about 1 week ago, and this home I put a bid in. The asking price is $155. It's pending offer right now, but I put in a bid for 160 and 163, which is $8,000 more than asking price. So you can see this home. I talked to my realtor. We came up with a number which is reasonable, and just because it's today's crazy housing market, those prices weren't even enough. You had see, you can even say there's low tender loving care. You have to replace maybe the HVAC. This is 2,000. And also the carpet, all the carpets ruined, so you have to replace that. Trim the trees, maybe a couple $100. So overall, maybe my realtor said you have to pay $7,000. So let's say your house was 163 plus 7,000. I would have been paying 170,000 plus closing costs, maybe 170 something thousand, 72,000, 73,000. So, but the guy who bought the house paid all cash $175,000 in cash. Is That's ridiculous. So so he probably will fix it up, make it modern style, but he won't make that much from the deal, because maybe a couple $1,000, because I looked at the comparative costs around the area. House from this area is being sold. The highest sold was 195, so he'll make maybe a couple $1,000 from it, unless they buy and hold it. But so this is an okay area. It's not like so good. You know, there's a lot of homes. Like even this one, same area, so 195,000. And you know, these homes last year, these homes were this home, even this home last year, this home was about probably even 110, 120. Now there's just increased, and the reason for the increase is because that that I showed you, the Federal Reserve is paying down a lot of mortgage bonds, so the interest rate is going lower. People are refinancing their homes, and the greed in America is high, so people are wanting to make a lot of money quick, fast, and we all want their Tesla cars, and we want to be rich, but rich doesn't come with happiness. Does everybody tell you? But it does come with growth, and that's why I want to tell people, like, being rich is not everything, but if you grow and learn from your mistakes, your business mistakes, and you go and learn from it, you will learn more value than ever becoming rich yourself. So let's see. So overall, this crazy housing market is what I feel like there is going to be a bubble in the near future, and will it be like 2008? It might be similar to it. So what we talked about in this video is that my experiences on trying to get a house. It's very hard to get a house right now because the crazy housing market that we live in, and a lot of people are overbidding on houses that should not be overbidding at, and climbing housing costs. Say we have increase in housing costs, and it's not good for regular investors like me. And a lot of people are paying with cash, because a lot of people from last year who made money in the stock market, like hedge fund managers, even new investors who have money, or even wholesalers and big corporations, they are making it hard for realtors, even regular investors like myself, to even attempt a fair offer for a house that we can fix up and stuff like that. So, in my opinion, is that should we wait? And we'll see by next year what will happen, because I do believe there will be more regulation, and people will have to be fair in their pricing, and be fair in letting others to have a share in the housing market. So that's just my opinion. Thank you for listening to me, and goodbye.